Alright, so just got a package in from Valve, and these are new prototypes. Knuckles EV2. Very cool. This is the old ones. And if you open this up, quick start guide. Very cool. Nice. Cool. So, more soon. Alright guys, the date I'm recording this on is the 22nd of June. I just got my Knuckles EV2s in. This is them. I'm just going to turn it on. They're pretty good. The triggers, well, let's just look at them for a bit. So the triggers are kind of weak and like not very, they don't travel very far. I don't like that a lot. They could use a lot more spring and like, I don't know. Just feel a little cheap. I don't know. Joysticks, pretty good. Not too small, not too large. Touchpad is interesting because there's no click anymore. It's just like pressure sensitive, so you have to like press it kind of to get anything out of it. And it's still like X and Y. It looks very Y oriented, but you can still use it in X, which is decent. A, B buttons, those just map to menu and grip from my experience. And well, there's also finger tracking, of course, and the side here has pressure sensitivity too, which is interesting. So yeah, actually had to like do some crazy shit to get the finger tracking to show up in the binding menu, because they didn't have finger tracking by default for some reason. They used the skeleton system, which would mean you have to convert your game to use the skeleton system to use the finger tracking. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I basically edited the JSON to have the fingers showing again because they were like available but hidden. But yeah, that works pretty well now. I just had to manually bind them for Climbey specifically. I mean, that's probably going to change soon, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just start Climbey real quick. There's the strap that's like adjustable at the top here. Hold on, let me just turn on this so you get to see them. There's some weird stuff going on with the joysticks though, I noticed. Like it gets stuck sometimes. Like it's trying to override the touchpad. Or the touchpads are overriding it. I don't know. It's like the last touch position is where they stick if you bind them to the same thing in the game. And I guess the touchpads get like the last say or whatever. So right now, I bound the touchpads and the joysticks to do the same thing. So that's why this is showing up as the touchpad, even though I'm rotating the joystick and the other way around. So what I have to do now is like push it to the side and click down on it to rotate, which isn't great. I'm probably gonna make it like swipe based or something for the joysticks anyway. Touchpads, you can also click to the left and right. That works decently. It's a little less nice feeling though without the click, so that's why I'm tempted to just use the joystick for the rotation. Although, you know, people can bind them to whatever they want. You know, finger tracking, it's still, I mean, there's some weirdness to it still. I guess they're still working that out. Because, oh, what the fuck just happened? Did it crash? Yeah, it did. Wow. I don't know why it did that, but we'll see. So there's still some oddities about the input mapping, because it's like animating stuff it shouldn't. I guess because it's sending that info to the game as both, it'll freak out like that. But this still works fine. The haptics also feel a little different from before. I'm not sure I like this, because it's like, it feels a little springy or something. Like there's a spring going inside that's moving. It feels off. I think it might need to be more powerful or something. But it still works just as fine as well as the previous version in Climbey anyway. The individual fingers aren't super necessary for most climbing things, so it's not like it's freaking out because of the fingers sort of doing each other's finger. You know what I mean? Like the pinky finger going is sort of just sort of merging sometimes. I think it still needs to calibrate to my hands or something, but there's that. I could also do more thumb stuff, like where it moves the thumb instead of just moving up and down. So B does the menu right now. A is walking. You have to press it without putting your fingers down, so that's actually really doable on these. It was a lot harder on the old ones. I don't think there's any audio playing right now. Guess that's not super important. Level 9. I can do these with my eyes closed now. Oh, I fucked that up. Just as I say that, of course. As you can see, the hand doesn't actually perfectly grab it because I haven't bothered adding a proper pose to it. It's just the same grab pose as other players get, but you get to control the individual fingers. Most people would go there, but I'm going to go over here so I can grab it from there. But yeah, it does feel a little different with these because there's more to it in my hands. Like there's more chunkiness to it just holding them. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. I think I don't really care either way. But it does take some getting used to compared to the old ones. Which, you know, no one else is going to have that reference, so that's not too bad. Most people won't actually be able to play Climbey properly with these until they get used to not holding the controller. Because if you hold the controller, you can't walk, you can't move. So you gotta like release them or like do hops or like weird climb things, like climbing forward, like that. A lot of people would do that. Let's see if I can jump up there. Oh crap! All right, I'm gonna. Let's see. Wow. Nope, I'm not used to these yet, but almost. I'm using a Vive Pro right now, by the way. It's I don't know if it's visible in the image quality at all. I'm not using like a high super sampling setting because I'm on a 1070. Oh shit. I'm also still on Lighthouse 1.0 with these. Like one over there and one over there, if I have that right. Hold on. Yeah, so there's one there and one there. It's the button down here is the Steam button. It's tiny and it's like pretty hard to press. Doesn't matter too much, but because you don't really need it too much. But some people have actually said it was too easy to press, which is interesting. So they suggested putting it here. I don't know about that. There's also some developers that want these two either swapped or like at least the joystick in the center somehow. And like the buttons over there. Something like that. There's still some debate going on about that and also the trigger. I mostly don't use any of that in Climbey, so it's not super relevant to me. But for other games, it might be cool to have it more comfortable. I don't know. That's probably not going to happen. It might. The buttons feel nice though, like the A and B buttons, which are A and B on both, which is kind of weird, but I am hoping they're changing the other one to be X and Y, because that's just more clear to the end consumer. Because right now it seems a little like left A, left B, etc. It seems weird. I'll just go the regular way. Shit. But yeah, I just got these like an hour ago, so I'm still getting used to actually using them compared to the old ones. And like, I still have to find a right strap spot, because right now it seems like it's pinching a lot at the top here. Maybe that just needs more padding or something. But with how tight I put these controllers on my hands, like it pinches over here a little. And I kind of need to do that because I like really fucking swing them hard with open hands. But it does need like, I think some extra padding at the top there. But it is decent. I think I still have one, yeah. But yeah, my skills are mostly fine. I'm still a little getting used to it with larger jumps. But those are never easy anyway, so. The finger tracking hasn't slowed down, it seems like. Because I can still do all my jumps pretty much perfectly as I used to. Except for the really long one, but I'm not sure what's going on there. It's possibly just me fucking up. I mean, I am being filmed after all. It seems really weird. Like, I think it should like return to 0 if you release it, but it doesn't. It just sort of remembers the last position. I don't know. It's probably just a simple API thing though. It feels really natural to use these. It's great. Just, you know, the comfort could be slightly better still. And the joystick and the trigger thing. I'll probably play some Rift games later because the Revive got SteamVR input support now. So that should be decent, like I can map stuff to the buttons properly. But until that comes, I'll just, oh wait, I think I understand what's going on here. It's jumping because there's a dead zone on the center of the joysticks before it actually registers the movement. Might just be this one, I don't know. But yeah, the joysticks feel pretty good, like that. I don't ever use joystick locomotion. Like if you turn it off in Climbey, like it is here, like this touchpad joystick walking, if that's off, you just hold the grip buttons and you can walk. It's like the natural locomotion thing, but it's been in Climbey since day one. I don't know why so many people prefer the fucking joystick walking, but anyway, it still works fine with the Knuckles. Just have to like remember not to grab the controller, because that's just gonna get you nowhere. And that is gonna be a tripping point, I think, for a lot of people playing my game with the Knuckles later. But they'll get used to it, I'm sure. Alright, so I have no idea if I can actually post this, so if this is not posted on the 22nd, it won't have gotten through Valve, which is fine, because then I can post it later when stuff cools down or something. I don't know. There's that. Some thoughts and things. I have to still experiment with the grip pressure a little, because I want to do some cool stuff in Climbey with that. But for now, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this extended look thing. I don't know.